everybody, it's Emma, and I'm actually going to talk about one of my favorite topics today to talk about in general, and that is about cartoons, and I'm actually going to talk about some of my favorite cartoons. Now, I have tapes and DVDs of most of them, but some of them I don't because they're a little bit, like, off the wall. I'm going to talk about the ones that I have tapes for first, and then what I like, that I don't have tapes for. And I'm going to start off with my first ever cartoon that I was a really big fan of, and I was a fan of it when I was about 3 or 4 years old, and that just goes to show you how old it is, and pretty much how old I am. Yes, the copyright is 1995. 3 then, when this came out, and I was a huge fan of it, and it was Earthworm Jim. Why was I a huge fan of this? I don't even really know. I just know I found it really funny as a kid, and I really like action-packed shows. Many of the shows that you will see on here are deal with fighting. I'm kind of a violent child, I guess, but I actually did research paper on this. But that's another story. I would really like to watch this again, mainly because it's just been so long since I have, and honestly since I was 6 years old was the last time I saw it, and I'm now in college. I would prefer to have a VCR to watch it. I don't anymore, which is kind of sad. I think I got this at a yard sale a couple years ago, and the characters are so interesting. The names of them: Evil the Cat, Entrat, Psychro. It's just, I would really like to get back into it, and hopefully I will, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. Now, my next cartoon I'm going to talk about is one that's been with me pretty much my entire life, ever since childhood, up until now, and I'm still really, really into it, and that's Powerpuff Girls. Now, I even love Powerpuff Girls. I don't care. It's funny. It is extremely clever for a cartoon. It's a very simple style, too. But, I had honestly never seen a cartoon as clever as this. Maybe Dexter's Lab. And the funny thing is, they're by the same person. They're made by the same person. Dexter's Lab is also one of my favorite cartoons. I just don't have any tapes for it. But, I would honestly really recommend the Powerpuff Girls and getting into it. I was a huge Powerpuff Girls fan when I was a little kid. I had shoes, I had backpacks, shirts, sheets, posters, everything. And now to add to it, I have the box set, the complete series. And if you're a Powerpuff Girls fan like me, I do think you should buy it. It's $60 for this much. 280 minutes per DVD. So I really think you get your money's worth with this. And it's a great series. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is my favorite cartoon of all time. And a lot of people would think it would be Teen Titans with this, but it's actually Samurai Jack. And here's why. Samurai Jack is an incredibly interesting cartoon. I remember it premiered, and I think I was about 10 years old when it did. And it was just so different from anything else I'd ever seen. It's by the same person that did Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls, Genndy Tartakovsky. And, it's so interesting. The artwork is fantastic. It's beautiful art, and so many episodes have such little dialogue. I remember watching some episodes without any dialogue, which is completely different from many cartoons. Cartoons are on crack now. This was the least cracked out cartoon I've ever seen, except a lot. So some things, like a floating elephant. I honestly, out of all the cartoons that I have here, this would be the one I recommend the most. Mainly because it is so cool, and I think anyone can really get into it if they just have a thought process. They're actually making a full-length movie for this. I think J.J. Abrams is producing it. And what's interesting is that it's the only Cartoon Network series to be made into a movie other than the Powerpuff Girls. It's kind of funny. You think it would be Ed, Edd n Eddy or something like that, which is the longest running cartoon on Cartoon Network, but no, it's Samurai Jack. So yeah, watch it. or this is what I'm gonna be making fun of for, and I don't even care because I love it. And if you make fun of me for it, you know, I'm gonna search in your like bag of secrets and find out something that you like that's childish. I like Hamtaro. Deal with it. Alright, Hamtaro is fucking cute. Look at this guy. If you make fun of me for that, I'll kill you. No, I won't kill you, that's wrong. But, it's not one that I like necessarily recommend, especially if you're my age, you're probably not gonna like it. But I will still watch this. And you know what? In fact, I did. I watched over Christmas break, going back to college, wrapping some presents. I didn't care. It's so freaking cute, and I love it. And I had a lot of Hamtaro toys. I had like the little figurines in the house and stuff. I would still play with those. Deal with it. Hamtaro, love it. Now I'm gonna talk about cartoon that I'm really fond of, and it would actually trick people into thinking that it is my favorite cartoon, not Samurai Jack, and that is Teen Titans. And I freaking love Teen Titans. It is a great cartoon. So action-packed, and I love all 5 of the main characters in it. They have such different differences of personality, and they each have like their own character arc. My favorite season is the 4th season. That's Raven's season, because Raven's my favorite character. I think she's the most depth character other than Robin. And both her and Starfire are pretty strong females, and I like that. And Tara's also pretty strong herself. She comes back, it's really strong. Also has one of my favorite cartoon villains, and that's Slade, who is freaking awesome. Ron Perlman does a fantastic job. I really recommend Teen Titans for good fun, teenage cartoon to get into. You can really get into it. It is serious, but it can also be really funny at the same time. And it has always been there. I got really into it starting in 2003 when I lived in Oklahoma. It's Teen Titans. Now, I know without, with me talking about cartoons, you can't, forget the Japanese cartoons anime. Now, my favorite anime by far is Hellsing. You can't go wrong with this anime. Honestly, it is brilliant. You can watch it in either Japanese or English. Both are great in their own ways. I mean, some parts in Japanese are better in English. Some parts in English are better than it is in Japanese. Though the English voices they got are absolutely perfect. I talked to one of my best friends about this. The person they got to Integra is just fabulous. I love Victoria Harwood. Honestly, aside from Samurai Jack, this would probably be the biggest recommendation to watch. Even if you don't like anime, you'll probably still like this because it is just so fun. It is a trip. It's just incredibly violent, so watch out for that. I mean, the blood doesn't look really realistic. It's not like a really recent video game that's really violent, but it is pretty disgusting when someone's eyeball gets pressed down with a thumb and it explodes. Hellsing, love it. I have all 10 volumes manga. Read it, watch it, whatever. You'll love it. I also really like Prettier. Prettier is a magical girl anime, which is not really my thing. I usually like darker anime. This is actually pretty dark for a magical girl anime. It's only 13 episodes. Hellsing is also short as well. I don't really like really long anime, unless of course it's Sailor Moon. But I like Sailor Moon. I'm just not as much of an expert with it than my best friend Lauren. SailorScooby.tumblr.com. If you have any questions about Sailor Moon, she will answer them, and she will answer them with confidence because she knows her facts. She's like me with Hellsing, but Prettier, really good. It's like the Japanese version of Legend of Snow White. It is funny, it's sweet, can be dark. I recommend it, especially if you're not really into magical girl romance anime, but I like it. I really like it. And you can get this box set for $20, which is kind of a steal. Okay, shows without the dude I like. Ed, Edd n Eddy, Sheep in the Big City, which didn't run long at all. Freakazoid, Animaniacs, Dexter's Lab, which I talked about. I did like Johnny Bravo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Basically anything on Cartoon Network, I was a really, really big fan of. And the WB. I didn't watch a whole lot of Nickelodeon, and that is a really unpopular opinion of mine. I did like some of them, and I did watch some of them, but I didn't watch them nearly as much as, like, as Cartoon Network cartoons or WB cartoons. This has been a fun video to do, really on this topic, and if you want to hear anything more about cartoons, and like my opinion about violent cartoons and their effects on children, which I did a research paper on, you can ask me that and I'll do another video of that. See ya, good night.